All right, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So today we are starting the next topic that is about functions. Yes, any of you having the idea what is function? Yes, everyone. What is function? Okay, a function is just going to be work like a machine. Okay, for example, you have any machine. It is a machine. It just type of any kind of machine. Okay, you can take it as a juicer machine, or you can take it as any other washing machine, any other one. Okay. So in the machine, obviously you have to be substituted. You have to be take it something as an input. For example, if it is a juicer machine, so you have to be take some fruits is in it as an input. He is going to be processed according to the given machine. If you, for example, if it is a fruit machine, so it is going to be make a juice. Or if it is any other machine, it is just cutting a machine. So obviously it is going to be cut the fruits. So it is going to be do the operations like a given. It depends upon the machine and processes accordingly and gives you the output. All right. So the function is exactly work like the same way. At the machine, you have a function. The functions can be different types. For example, it can be a function. This is a notation f of x. You have a function x here. You have a function f of x is equal to x plus 5. You have a function f of x is equal to x cubed plus 7x plus 3. So look at here, these are the different functions. So in you have a function and you are going to be substitute different inputs, and these inputs of the functions are known as domain of a function. The values that we can substitute into the function, they are known as domain of the function. For example, you have f of x is equal to square root of x. It is also the function, and function is going to be process it accordingly, and he is going to be give you the output that is known as range. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? The values that you can substitute in the function that you can give the function as an input, they are the domain. After processing the function, they give you the output. The output of the function is known as the range of the function. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? Yes, Aisha, Rania. All right, Huria, Laika, Amaz.
No, sir.
Are you here? Shayan Zafar? Okay, for example, if I'm going to substitute x is equal to 1 in the function, I'm going to substitute x is equal to 1 in the function. So you will get f of 1 is equal to 1 square. That will be 1. No, Shayan, I can't hear you. And if I'm going to substitute x is equal to 1 in this function, I will get f of 1 is equal to 1 plus 5. The output is going to be 6. If I'm going to substitute x is equal to 1 here, it is going to be f of 1 is equal to 1 cube plus 7. At the place of x, I will substitute 1 plus 3. That will be 7 plus 3, 10, 10 plus 1, 11. If I'll substitute x is equal to 1 here, it will be f of 1 is equal to square root of 1 is equal to. So look at here, I have to substitute different inputs, the same input, but the outputs are going to be different because it depends upon what is the function. Okay.
Sir, how do we know that in which we should put the x?
Ask the question again.
How do we know that in which like functions we should put the x? Like we put in different functions, right?
Now, obviously, he is going to be tell you, I just take a different random functions and I'm substituting in all the functions x1, x2, x3, x4 like these. Okay, I'm just different. And at the place of x, you have to substitute the value x is equal to 1. X is equal to 1. Okay, at the place of x, I'm substituting the 1. x1, x1. Okay, I just want to be sure that we have a same input, but the outputs are going to be different. Why they are different? Because we have a different function. The function is going to be worked according to the given information. Clear?
Sir, but I'm asking in which one, like how do we know in which one we should put it?
I did not get your question. What in which function we have to substitute the value?
Yeah, the green one.
I'm just taking a simple random function. Obviously, he is going to be give you a single function, one function. Okay, here I have to just for example, if you are going to this is a given information, so obviously examiner will not give you this one. Or if it is going to be give you, so he is going to be give you g of x like this, something else.
Okay, sir.
Okay, we will do some substitution questions, so this part of the confusion is going to be clear. No worries. Okay, everyone. But the most important thing that we have to be considered here, look at here, if I'm going to be substitute x is equal to minus 1. X is equal to minus 1. So what will be the answer? If I'm going to substitute f minus 1, so minus 1 square will be 1. If I'm going to substitute minus 1 in the second function, it is minus 1 plus 5, that is 4. In the third function, if you have to substitute minus 1, it is minus 1 cube plus 7 into minus 1 plus 3. Minus 1, minus 7, minus 8 plus 3. Yes, minus 8 plus 3, minus 5. In the same way, if I'm going to now look at here, if I'm going to substitute minus 1 here, so yes, can anyone tell me what is the answer of f of minus 1 means square root of minus 1?
So this is like I.
Sorry?
So it's like it's undefined. Is it?
Yeah, it is undefined. Undefined means you are not able to find answer. It means that you cannot substitute minus 1 in this function. So that's why I'm saying that the values that you can substitute into the function, that is the domain of the function. So if I'm going to be talking about a specific function, f of x is equal to square root of x, so we cannot substitute any negative value. So the domain of the function is x is greater than 0 or equal to 0, means you in this function you can substitute only those values that are positive or 0 or greater than 0. It is clear? You cannot substitute any value that is lesser than 0. However, in the above functions, you can substitute any value. You can substitute all real numbers. So the thing is, the value that you can substitute into the function, they are known as the domain. And obviously, when you have to substitute it, you will get the answer. The answers are basically your range of the function. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here?
No.
No, sir.
So if we are going to be take a proper definition, so basically, what is a function? A function is a combination of one or more operations. Look at here. In this one, we have one operation. Here we have more operations. We have a cube, then add, then multiply as well. One and more operation that takes a set of numbers and changes it into another set of numbers. He is going to take some number that is input, process it, and give you another set of output. The numbers that you have to give as an output, they are input, or in mathematical name, it is domain, and the coming out of the function are often as output, and that is known as the range of the function. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? Let's we have a one substitution question. A function is defined f of x is equal to 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. We need to find f of 7. So substitute 7 at the place of x is equal to 3 at the place of x, it is 7, minus 2 at the place of x is 7, plus 1. Now 7 squared is 49, minus 14, plus 1. Yes, 3 multiplied by 49, it will be 147, minus 13. The final answer will be 134. Yes, everyone, it is clear?
Yes.
Now look at here, we have the other part. It is again the substitution, but look at here, the substitution is you have to substitute x plus 3 instead of x. So we'll do the same thing. For to make them thing easy, I'm going to be write a function, the structure of the function 3x squared minus 2x plus 1. At the place of x, we have to substitute x plus 3 because we need to find f of x plus 3. So here we have to substitute x plus 3. X plus 3. Now the rest of the simple steps are just simplification. 3 as it is. X squared plus 2ab, 2 times 3 is 6x, plus b squared, that is 3 squared, that is 9, minus 2x, minus plus minus 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 bracket close. 3, we have x squared, sorry, the bracket is here. So let's see how to multiply inside the bracket. 3 multiplied by x squared, 3x squared, plus 3 times 6 is 18x, plus 27, minus 2x, minus 6 plus 1, minus 5. Now, here we have the same points, 18x and minus 2x. So we'll get that 3x squared plus 16x, 27 minus 5. That will be 22
22.
plus 22. So the answer of f of x plus 3 is 3x squared plus 16x plus 2. So look at here, we have to do the substitution again in it. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? So what you have to do in the substitution, you just have to substitute the given value at the place of x. That's it. It doesn't matter it's a numerical value or it doesn't matter it is a expression. You have to just substitute at the place of x. All right.
Sir, from where did minus 2 came from?
Which minus 2? This minus 2?
Yes, sir.
This is the function. I have substituted the value to the function because we have the function 3x minus 2x squared minus 2x plus 1. I just substitute add the value at the place of x. The 2 is already in the given function. Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, look at here, we have the c part of this function is, it says that a second function is defined, g of x is equal to 3x minus 4. Find the value of x if g of x is given. Okay, so look at here, the value of g of x is given. We know that g of x is equal to 3x minus 4. and g of x is given, that is minus 16. So minus 16 is equal to 3x minus 4. And from here, we need to be find the value of x. So minus 16 plus 4 is equal to 3x minus 12 divided by 3 is equal to x. So we will get that x is equal to minus 4. Yes, everyone, just clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, now we are just going to be talking about a little bit about the domain of the function in detail. We have different situations, but obviously you have to be analyze the given function by yourself, and then you have to decide it which value you have to substitute or not. Okay, the first type of function is you have f of x is equal to 2x plus 5, like this. Means a linear function. A linear function means a function in which the maximum power of the variable is 1. Yes, can you tell me what does it mean? It shows a straight line, right? It is a straight line. So always remember, if you have a function in which that is a linear function, so always remember the domain of the function is all real numbers, and the range is also all real numbers, because you can substitute any value in it, and obviously the answer that you will get, that is from the all real numbers as well. The next one is we have a quadratic function. Quadratic function. When we are doing the quadratics, so I told you about the general shape of the quadratic, that for example, if you have f of x is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 5, so the shape of the graph is going to look like this, a U shape, a parabola. And for example, if the coefficient of x square is negative, then the shape of the graph is going to be upside down. All right. So if we are going to be talk about the domain, so the domain is all real numbers, because you can substitute all the real numbers in the function. The domain is all real numbers, because if you want to substitute 1, it will give you the answer. You have to substitute -1, give you the answer. You have to substitute -100, he is going to give you the answer. 1000, he is going to give you the answer. Okay, so this means that this function is defined up to all real numbers, and the output is the upper value from this point. How we can find this point, we will discuss it later. This is not my concern right now. But all the upper values, for example, if it is x-axis and y-axis, let's say, so all the values are going to be the positive values in the function. Okay, in the same way, if I'm going to be talk about the domain here, same, we have the domain is all real numbers. Yes, everyone, any question up to here?
No, sir.
So you just have to look for which value you can substitute. So this means that are all the values that you can substitute, so that are in the domain of the function. Okay, let's see how to take another example. You have f of x is equal to 1 by x. Yes, can anyone tell me which value I cannot substitute here? Which value will not be in the domain of x?
Is it negative?
Sorry? Next, you can put the negative. Remember, 1 divided by -2 is 1 by -2. It's a number. It will give you the answer. On which number he is not going to be give you the answer, means it is undefined.
Irrational.
0.
Yes, right. 0. At x is equal to 0, it is undefined. Because if you have to substitute 0, 1 divided by 0, we don't have the answer. In mathematics, we don't have the answer of this one, 1 divided by 0. It is undefined thing. So if we are going to talk about the domain of this function, so the domain is all real numbers except 0. Clear? In the same way, the previous example that I have to discuss here, you have a function is divided by square root of x. So we can substitute all real numbers, but we can substitute
Three negative.
only positive real numbers, right? Yeah, we cannot substitute negative numbers. So the domain is all right. So the domain is 0 and all. Yeah, in short, we have to write x is greater than equal to 0. X is greater than equal to 0. In the same way, for example, if I'm going to be take a little bit different domain, you have f of x is equal to 1 divided by x minus 1. Just tell me at which value we can that cannot be in the domain of this function. Yes, everyone.
1.
Yes. How you will find it? You have to take a denominator because denominator can never be 0. So x minus 1 is equal to 0. X is equal to 1. So you will get that at x is equal to 1, the value, the denominator will become 0. So domain is all real numbers except x is equal to 1. Or you can write it as x belongs to real number and x is not equal to 1. In mathematical form, you have to write it like this way. We have done this notation in the sets. X belongs to R and x is not equal to 1. R means the real numbers. Clear? In the same way, for example, if I'm going to talk about the example, you have f of x is equal to square root of x minus 3. And we know that in the square root, we always take a positive value, but it's an expression here. So it means that the expression must be greater than equal to 0. We will get that x is greater than equal to 3. So the domain is x is greater than equal to 3, means all real numbers that are greater than or equal to 3. Substitute it. 3 minus 3 is 0, 4 minus 3 1, 5 minus 3 obviously square root 2. So you will get the answers. But if you will take the below values, let's say minus 2, minus 2, minus 3, minus 5, and minus 5 is undefined in the square root. So you have to look for the condition that which function is undefined and what is the reason. If you will get negative number inside the square root, so it is undefined. If you will get a 0 in the denominator, so that is undefined. In the same way, for example, if you have the function f of x is equal to 1 divided by 2x minus 3 into 4x plus 1. So we want to check that on which value it is undefined. So what you will do, you will take 2x minus 3 is equal to 0 and 4x plus 1 is equal to 0. From here you will get x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 5 by 4. So look at here, at x is equal to 3 by 2 and x is equal to minus 5 by 4 is not in the domain of f of x. Domain means you cannot take these values, because if you have to substitute the value, for example, you have to substitute 3 by 2, 2 will be cancelled out, 3 minus 3 you will get 3, and the whole value will become 0. When the whole value will become 0, this means that that is undefined thing. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? In the same way, you have to be look for what is the output of the function. That is your range of the function. We have taken an example. Now look at here. Two functions are given. F of x is equal to 10 minus x and g of x is equal to 1 divided by 2x minus 1. If the domain of the function is this, okay, now domain is given. You need to find the range. So let's substitute the value. We have the minimum value is 2 and the maximum value is 4. So f of 2 is equal to 10 minus 2. You will get that f of 2 is equal to 8. In the same way, substitute f of 4 is equal to 10 minus 4. You will get 6. So look at here, the minimum value in the output, that is 6, and the maximum value that you can get is 8. If you want to check more values, you can check it at f3 as well. 10 minus 3, that will be 7. You can substitute the value of 2.5, 2.3, 2.7, 3.7, 3.8. But most of them, we have to substitute the lowest value, means from where it is started and where it is ending. So you will get the domain, the range of the function. So the range is, yes. So the f of x is greater than equal to 6. We have to take equal to because this value is equal to, and less than 8. Only less than, not equal to, because it is not equal to here. X is greater than 2 only, not equal to. So that's why I will take lesser than 8. This is the range of the function. Obviously, I will going to give you the worksheet, so you will practice the questions, so you will get the more better idea how to find the range and how we can find the domain. Any question, everyone?
No.
No, sir.
Okay, in the next part, he says that write down the value of x that must be excluded from the domain of function g of x. G of x is given, that is 1 divided by 2x minus 1. So which value we don't have to be take in the domain? So obviously it is in the denominator, so denominator must not be 0. So we'll take 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. We will get x is equal to 1 by 2. So we must be x is equal to 1 by 2 must be excluded from domain. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here? This is all about basic substitution of the functions and the domain and the range. Yes, tell me, everyone. Any question?
No.
Okay. Yes, Yasir, Ibrahim, Ayan,
No, sir. No, sir.
Azafar.
No, sir.
Yes, Malaika, Arisha, Ania.
Sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So now we are going to move on the composition of functions or composite functions. Composite means you are going to be combine the two functions. You have one function f of x, you have another function g of x. You are going to combine them and make a new function. Okay. So a composite function is a function applied the output of another function. Means you are going to be take something as an input and process it and give you the output. We will do the example. It is going to be more clear. The input goes through the first function to get the output, and the output goes to the second function to get a new output. We have to check what does it mean by. First of all, we have to talk about the notation. We have to use different notation for the composition. For example, you have two functions f of x and g of x. We are making a composite function, so it is written as f of g of x. It and written as f of g of x. It sometimes f of g of x. These are the different notations that we have to use for composite functions. In the same way, it can be write as g of f of x. It is another g into f of x or g into f of x. How we have to read g into f into g of x, g into f of x. And for example, if you have taking f and f of x again, it can be written as f square of x. In the same way, if you have g into g of x, it can be written as g square of x. But be careful, it does not mean that f square of x is equal to f of x whole square. It is different thing. It is different. It is composition. It is taking a square. So both are different. Okay. Now we have to check how we have to find the composite functions. So yeah, when we take example and do the question. Just a minute. We have f of x is equal to 2x plus 1, and we have g of x is equal to 1 divided by x. The question is find f into g of x, the first thing, and also find g into f of x. So let's do the first part first. So we have to find f into g of x. So f as it is, we have to substitute the value of g of x. What is the value of g of x? The value of g of x is 1 by x. Yes, sorry, one. Any question up to here? I just substitute the value of g of x. Yes, everyone. Any question?
No.
Now we are now look at here which function is applying. Now it is a f function, and f function is 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. And at the place of x, what we have to substitute? 1 by x, because that is the input. So 2 over x plus 1 is the final answer of f into g of x. In the same way, if you are finding g into f of x is, so g as it is, we will substitute the value f of x. Yes, what is the value of f of x?
2x plus 1.
2x plus 1. Now g function is applying. Which function is applying now? G. And the g function is 1 divided by x. Yes, what we have to substitute at the place of x?
2x plus 1.
Yes, the input 2x plus 1. So it is 1 divided by 2x. So that's why he says that the input goes to the first function to become the output. So we have to give something here, and you will get the output of the first function. And this output goes to the second function and become a new output. It is going to be in the first function and give you the output. Okay. And sometimes he says that you have to be find g into f of 2. G into f of 2. Now the problem is we don't have the value of g of 2. We have g, we have f of x, but we don't have f of 2. So first of all, we'll find f of 2. So what is that function? Where is the function? 2x plus 1. 2x plus 1. So at the place of x, I will substitute 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 1, 5. Now we'll get the answer. Now g into f of 2 is equal to g as it is. At the place of f of 2, I will substitute the value. Now we have to find g of 5. And what is the function g? 1 divided
1
by,
by x.
yeah, g of x is equal to 1 by x. So 1 divided by x, and at the place of x, we have to substitute 5. So the final answer of g into f of 2 is 1 by 5. Yes, I want any question up to here?
No.
No,
Yeah.
sir.
The composition sometimes is going to be a little bit confusing, but it's not a difficult one. It is the easier one. Okay, you can find it easily. Okay. Let's do some more questions from the composition on the worksheet. Just a minute. All right, now look at here. This is the question number 1. He says that you have f of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. You have to find f of minus 1. So at the place of x, we will substitute minus cube minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. At the place of x, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. Minus 1 cube 1, minus 3, minus 6, minus 4. That will be minus 10 and minus 14. Clear? Next, he says that you have to find g into f of x. So g as it is. At the place of f of x, we will substitute the value
Negative
x
14.
minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. Now, which function is applying? The g function. And the g function is 2x minus 1. So 2x
Sorry?
minus,
In place of f of x, why didn't we apply minus negative 14?
it is g f of minus 1. It is f of x. If, for example, if it is here g into f of minus 1, so then I will substitute minus 14. This is minus 14 is the value of f of minus 1. Here you have f of x, a general form. Both are different things.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now 2x minus 1, I have to write the structure of g, and at the place of x, we will substitute this whole value. X cubed minus 3x squared plus 6x minus 4. We have to simplify them. It will be 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 8 minus 1. The final answer is 2x cubed minus 6x squared plus 12x minus 9. Let's look for some more composition question. Look at here. Now he says that you have to find f of 60. The function of f is cos of x. At the place of x, I will substitute 60, and cos of 60 is equal to 0.5 or minus 0.5. Yes,
0.5.
0.5. In the next part, he says that you have to find f into g of 88. We have the value of g of x, but we don't have the value of g of 88. So first we will find g of 88. The function g is 2x plus 4. At the place of x, we will substitute 80. Let's find the final answer. 2 multiplied by 88 plus 4.
180.
We'll get 180 degree. Now, find the g in f into g of 88. So f as it is, at the place of 88, that is 180 degree. Now f function is cos of x. So cos of x, at the place of x, we'll substitute 180. Yes, Surya. The final answer is going to be minus 1. So this is how you have to find the composition of the function. Yes, everyone, the composite function is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
All right, the next thing in the function is inverse functions. To take the inverse is going to be really easy, but always remember, for example, if you have a f of x, the inverse is f inverse of x. Okay, it is same like, for example, in the addition, we have to say that you have 2. What is the inverse of 2? That is minus 2. You will add them, you will get 0. In the same way, you have 2 multiply by, what is the inverse in multiplication? That is 1 by 2, because 2 will be cancelled out, you will get answer is 1. In the same way, when we are taking the inverse, you will take the composition f with their inverse. F and inverse there is cancel out, you will get only x. Okay. Now the question was how to find the inverse function. So let's see how to do the example. For example, you have f of x is equal to 2x plus 1. We have to find f inverse of x. Now the step 1. Let y is equal to the given function. If it is f of x, y is equal to f of x. If it is g of x, so y is equal to g of x, like this. So the equation will become y is equal to 2x plus 1. Yes, everyone, the first step is clear. We just have to be let y is equal to f of. Now the next step is this step 2, make x as a subject, means the variable you need to be make the subject. So it is plus 1, it will be minus 1. 2 is multiplying, it will be divide, you will get x. Now in the last step, replace y with x and x with f inverse of x. Right, basically the value that you have to make a subject, that is basically your inverse function. And obviously the thing is y. We have assumed it, replace y back with x, so x minus 1 divided by 2, you will get the inverse. These are the 3 steps. do one more question, so it is going to be more clear. Look at here, he says that you have to find the g inverse of x. The g of x is, it is exactly same. G of x is equal to 2x minus 1. What we will do? Y is equal to 2x minus 1. Make x as a subject. Y plus 1 is equal to 2x. Y plus 1 divided by 2 is equal to x. Now replace x with y and sorry, y with x and x with the inverse function. The inverse is, it is g, so it is g inverse. If it is f, it is f inverse. Yes, everyone, it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the next question is a little bit interesting. We already done the above part. Let's do the third part. Now this part is interesting. We already done it. Now look at here, g inverse into f of x. Now the problem was we don't have the value of g inverse. So first of all, we will find g inverse. So g of x is equal to 2x plus 4. It is given. We will do the first step. Let y is equal to g of x. So we will get y is equal to 2x plus 4. Now make x as a subject. Y minus 4 is equal to 2x. Y minus 4 divided by 2 is equal to x. Now replace y with x and x with inverse function, and it is g inverse of x. So now we will get the value of g inverse, and we have the value of f of x. Let's we find. We are finding g inverse into f of x is equal to g inverse as it is. The value of f of x is cos x. So it will be cos x here. Now which function is applying? Yes, which function is applying now? G inverse. All right.
Yes, sir.
And g inverse is x minus 4 divided by 2. X minus 4 divided by 2. And at the place of x, we will substitute cos x. The final answer is cos x minus 4 divided by 2. So this is how you have to be take the inverse of any function. The first, we have composite of functions. This is the worksheet. I'm going to be send it to you. You have to complete it. If you have the any query, you have to be asked this in the Monday's class. Okay. This is okay. I forgot to tell you that this is the same the notation. Okay. The same as f of x is equal to 2x minus 7. He's just using another notation. F of x is equal to 1 by x. You have to find f into g of x 1 by 2 composition inverse. These are all it. I will send you the domain and range worksheet separately because this is the new topic is added. This is not a previous topic. Yes, everyone. Any question up to here?
No.
No, sir.
So this is all about the functions. In the next class, we will do the queries and move to the graph of functions. Okay.